students are gone, but you are still here. And we know how you feel because you are done. But you have so much work to do to get ready for tomorrow. Good afternoon, podcast listeners everywhere. Welcome to After the Bell, a Stunt Brothers production. A podcast that gets inside the life of a teacher and provides a wellness guide for being prepared to take on this most challenging of professions. I'm Martin Stuvel.
And I'm Roy Hunt. And we share your pain, having taught a combined 70 years. The guarantee of this podcast is to make you laugh, make you think, and give you at least one little nugget that you can use in the classroom. So get out your marking, organize your supplies, or just pour yourself a coffee.
I want something stronger.
And listen, engage, and interact with After the Bell, a podcast for you, the hard-working, dedicated teacher who wants free lesson plans, free advice, and a free meal.
Okay, Roy, but I'm not paying for anything more than McDonald's. Hey, Roy, here we are. This is 4 now.
This is episode
This one
number
is
4.
4.
It
Last
is
week
4,
was
I
3.
agree. Last one
Here
was
we are.
3, and I was momentarily confused.
I know, and
that's okay.
It's a hot summer day, and we were going to go out further afield. We've been going to different places around.
Yes.
We were thinking of going maybe to English Bay or Stanley Park, but
We set our standards pretty high. We were getting a sense of adventure.
We were.
But the heat turned us away.
that's the nice thing about summer. You go, yeah, no, I don't have to be there. So we are back in my garden. You can hear the stream in the background, and we have a guest around here today. Actually, we'll see. Maybe the guest will appear on the podcast. We have Grace, who's a dog. We're dog sitting for a while, and Grace is a lovely, lovely combination. I think a border collie, a bit of a shepherd in there. All kinds of things are in there, and she's so smart and intelligent. And in fact, actually, even though her name is Grace, our daughter is Gracie, so very similar names. And Gracie's grandmother chose, because of the name, when she was looking for a new dog, she saw Grace and thought, I think this is definitely the one. But I call her Ned.
Of course you do.
I call her Ned. It's because of my gardening background. And when I'm in the garden, I say Ned because I love Monty Don, who's a great British gardener. And I watch his show religiously every week on BBC. And he has a red setter. But this red setter follows him around everywhere in his garden. And the dog's called Ned. So Ned seems to respond to both names. And, he's having a little dig right now, digging for a stick. It's a root. He's working hard. And I've finally got Ned trained not to destroy my garden. So I think we're on good terms right now.
I don't know about that. That hole he's digging is pretty big.
Oh, that's fine.
There you go. Ned digs deep.
How you doing? How you doing on this hot day?
Pretty good.
Definitely get here. Yeah.
You know what? It is weird because you really look forward to this weather, and then there are a few days when you go, it is... For here, it seems to be stifling hot with humidity that we're not used to.
Yeah, because we've actually had the summer so far has actually been perfect, like low 20s kind of thing, ocean breeze. So it's been a really nice temperature until the last few days.
And then it is hot from what we're used to.
Yeah,
and I'm not complaining.
No,
because when you start complaining about the weather, then it changes for you, and then you're like, I wish it was back to the heat.
Yeah.
So I will take. You get what you get.
You do.
You don't get upset.
And this time of year, what you get are often blockbuster movies. And we went to one the other day.
Yeah,
sort of a summer blockbuster.
Blockbuster movies.
I mean, I don't think it's the same as when we were young, but it's still a big thing for summertime. So we were either going to go to Superman, and that to me has some. I've tired of the superhero movies.
Okay.
But there's something about Superman coming out, Christopher Reeve in the 70s. It was kind of, to me, the first one of those blockbuster movies that came out that does have some nostalgic influence on me. But we didn't see Superman.
No, we didn't.
We saw it 28 years later. Right?
And there's something to be said about the level of comfort you have in a movie theater now. It's a giant lazy boy.
That's why I always take a nap somewhere
with
through
your
the movie.
feet up. You did.
I did.
In fact, last night you were asleep for, I'm going to say, at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just pretty typical.
But I remember going to a drive-in movie theater with my parents, in the back seat, trying to look between the headrests between my mom and dad, and trying to see a movie with the sound system being that little box that hung on the side of the window of the driver's car.
See, I've never had that experience. And Charlotte and I were talking about it. And there was that one drive-in in Langley, I believe. And it's closed actually now. And Joshua's gone there, my son. And he's had that experience. But I've never had the drive-in experience.
Oh, my gosh. You've missed out on a lot.
I know.
I can remember groups of us going and trying to pull in together. Blankets and pillows and people laying on top of their cars.
Were the cars organized in a way you had like a spot, or you just fit in where you can, kind of thing?
Just
on a field. How did it work?
There were speaker posts.
Okay.
Set up. The separate, separated by about the distance of what a car would be, with just a little bit of a gap.
Right.
And
you would tune in the radio to that
tune
speaker,
into
like it was an FM or AM kind of receiver that you would just.
Later on, the technology improved where you could actually tune in to a set radio station in your car. So you actually had better quality sound.
Yeah.
But before, it was just this little.
So
it
you
was
would
like a little speaker.
So you'd have your windows down, and you'd actually hear the sound through the air.
No. Okay. So,
okay, old man, speak to this. I'm a young
you would
newbie.
pull into your spot.
Yes.
And you would get as close as you could on the driver's side.
Yes.
Right? And you roll down the window, and then you'd reach and grab the speaker that was connected by a wire. And the back of that speaker had a little hook.
Oh, so everyone would have their own speaker?
Everyone would have their own speaker in their car.
The number of cars were dictated by the number of speaker posts. And
yes.
You would, I see.
So then it would be limited.
Wow.
So they were limited by the number of speakers that they had, obviously, and that's the number of people that they could come in. And then you would roll down your window, and then you would put it in, and you roll your window up a bit.
Okay.
Or roll it down if it was really, really hot, and that would be the sound. But then all the people around you would be tuned into the same sound system.
Right.
So then you could hear it throughout the area.
But this is the wonders of this podcast. I came here, sat down, thinking I knew everything about everything. I clearly do not. I've just learned something.
And they always had two movies, and then they had, if they really wanted to pack them in, then you had sunset to sunrise, and they would play 4 to 5 movies.
And would you just like cram as many people as you could into a car? Get all your friends? Was there a limit?
Well, there were a couple ways. You paid by the
car.
The car load.
Okay.
I had some friends who put a couple people in the trunk of the car,
and then they would just get out
when they had to pay for, per person.
Okay.
Then they would put them in the trunk of the car, and then they'd pull in and then pull up the back seat, because those old cars you could crawl in to the trunk from the back seat, and then they would have, so there would be all of these teenagers at a drive-in movie theater and sneaking in something to drink,
and somehow we survived.
And we survived that.
Oh, well, speaking of Blockbusters, we thought we would kind of have some fun with them today, right? Maybe share some summer Blockbusters that stick in our minds, not necessarily the top of our list, but we just think of those when we think of Blockbusters.
Yes.
And then I might even have a little quiz for you at the end. A little surprise quiz.
I don't like the surprise quizzes. I'd like to know a little bit.
No, you can't study for this. Okay. So we'll see. So what are there, like when we think summer Blockbusters? Are there some that come to your mind?
I have a few I can remember, because I like to read a lot. I remember reading 2 books at the time. I read Jaws.
Okay.
Loved Jaws.
That's a classic.
And
so Jaws is like the movie as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was a movie.
Yeah.
And
I know. There was a movie? Really?
There was a movie.
That was the one that started, I think, the Blockbusters, right? Really, Jaws was the one. I wasn't even able to see it because I was, a little younger than you. But I can picture those posters, right, of the swimmer and the shark behind her. Like, that was just classic.
That was in 1975.
Yeah.
Jaws. And I read the book, loved the book. I saw the movie. I really enjoyed the movie. But I talked about this before. I lived in southwestern Ontario, swam in lakes all my life. And I was afraid to go.
But there might be a shark
after watching the movie.
Lake Erie might have a shark.
It was just creepy, creepy kind of things. And I wasn't the only one. There were a lot of people who, after watching Jaws, wouldn't go in the water. And it just had, and I think for the first time for me, it was just like, oh, the power of a movie.
Because I remember the tagline for the Jaws 2 was just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, right?
Yes.
So clearly it played on that fear very effectively.
Yes. And I mean, they had a lot of publications about people being afraid to go into the water, and then all of a sudden there's this huge interest in sharks, like swimming in the water. Do they get that big? And
as I told my class, though, coconuts kill more people than sharks do, right? Lying under that palm tree, sharks are not quite the danger we think they are.
Okay. Animal House.
Oh, yeah.
1978.
Classic SNL folks like John Belushi, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I remember wearing a toga, having a toga party as part of it. Toga.
Yeah, that's
toga.
right. That's right.
And so many places, we're having a toga party. And, that had a great influence there. One of the big lines in the movie, John Belushi jumps up and says, "Food fight!"
Oh, a classic
and that
scene.
food fight. It was just so good. And
Funny, my memory is, I don't think I saw it at the time right away. What year was this film?
78.
78, so I was 12. Some friends probably saw it. I wasn't allowed. Thanks, Mom and Dad. But I was aware of it because my brother was at North Van High, 1979. He was, the school was closing. It was the last year at North Van High. And to celebrate, they tried to break the Guinness Book of World Records. He was in grade 12 then, and they were going to play volleyball for 72 hours, which was the new record. And they broke it. They actually, they achieved it and got in the Guinness Book of World Records. But watching them, I'd go up to the gym and we'd watch it, and they would be playing, and they were exhausted at the end. It was just like, they shoot horses, don't they? Like that film about marathon dancers. Well, this was the same kind of thing. But to break the time, once in a while, and they're playing the two teams, and then someone would say, "The worm!" And everyone would roll on the floor and do, I guess, the dance. The worm was kind of this wiggle thing that they would do from Animal House. And that was my first, like, what is this? I have not seen this before. This sleep deprivation is really going to their heads. What else you got?
All right. I have E.T., the extraterrestrial.
Yeah. E.T. phone home.
That's right. 1982.
Okay, yeah.
And Spielberg movie.
I mean, everything seemed to be him in those years, right?
And it was just a wonderful movie that connected with, being a child and
Drew Barrymore, 5 years old, right? This is our first.
And I love the fact that, it was one of the few times where the alien was friendly. Not very good looking.
Yeah. No, but it wasn't the evil alien taking over, right?
Alien trying to take over humanity or shapeshift in someone's body. I don't know any of the weird things that happened, but it was good, and I remember loving it when I saw it, and I enjoyed watching it with my family.
Yes, yeah, and it's remained a classic for sure. What else?
National Lampoon's Vacation, 1983.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah. What a franchise. I don't know. They had at least 3 National Lampoon's Vacation.
We still, every Christmas, we watch Christmas Vacation, right?
Yes.
That's certainly a big part of our yearly movie watching.
And again, my friends and myself, we were closely connected to Saturday Night Live. And so I think the people who made movies said, okay, we've got to pull some of these people, these
Chevy
comedians.
Chase and you're not.
Yeah. Chevy Chase, John Aykroyd, John Belushi. I almost said Jim Belushi is his brother. And just pulling all of those people out to do that.
Yeah.
Yes. My next one is Speed.
Oh, okay.
1994.
Keanu
And-
Reeves, yeah.
Yes, and Sandra Bullock.
Sandra, right.
Yep. And the reason I have this one is this was a time when my wife and I were traveling around the world.
Mm-hmm.
We had left Japan and we had started out traveling from Japan. The plan was to travel for 1 year, backpacking through Southeast Asia. And we went into some incredibly hot weather. And we were just sweltering.
Looking for a movie theater
Looking
to cool
for a
down
movie
in.
theater.
Right.
We were in Singapore, and we said, let's go to a movie. And Speed was playing. And it
Yeah.
was an air-conditioned theater. And we thought, oh, this is going to be so good.
Yeah.
And so we got into the theater.
Could have been the worst movie ever.
Yes,
Right?
and we
But
thought it would be
because of the-
fine.
right, yeah.
We froze.
Oh,
it
it was too cold.
so cold. It was unbelievable. We were actually, towards the end of the movie, we were shaking.
Not ironic, right?
But we remembered that one. And the last one I have is Guardians of the
Oh,
Galaxy.
a more recent one. Closer
2014.
to yeah.
And it's because it's a great connection with my daughters.
Oh, good soundtrack, right?
Great soundtrack.
Fantastic.
And other families that we would go camping with, and their children the same age as our daughters, and we played the soundtrack over and over and over again. Great soundtrack,
Yes.
and good family viewing.
Yeah.
And there was just fond memories of that
Yeah.
for the summer.
Yes. No.
And there were times where we even, instead of going to a movie, we would, because you could go and rent, right? You could rent
What a concept, right?
a movie, and we would play it on the side of the house. Right?
I remember you doing that,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
put a
you would
sheet
just
up on the
project
side
it
of the
up there,
house,
right?
and get the couch.
Yes.
That's in our was in our rec room. We'd pull it out on the deck,
Yeah.
and we'd just sit outside.
There's something so important, I think, about us as humans coming together and still going to a movie and doing this together in a way that's not just you streaming it. You can stop it anytime. I think people still get something out of that. That's why it hasn't vanished altogether. And for me, when I hear those movies, it's Star Wars, and two of them are mine that come to mind, right? Star Wars 77, being in grade 6, and that memory of going to that for the first time. And I mentioned Sam last week. I saw it with him and his dad the first time. And I remember his dad talking about how the stars kind of blast behind them when they go to light speed, right? Or they go to hyperdrive. And him talking about Einstein and bringing in something like that, right? He was kind of bringing the science into it. So I just have that memory. But my biggest memory for Star Wars was going to Empire Strikes Back. I guess I was in grade 8, and we did it at the Stanley Theater, which is just a wonderful old theater from the 1920s. And the balcony there is just the best place to see a movie. But in those days, you'd line up,
Yes.
right? You'd line up for 2 or 3 hours to get into the movie. So that was this huge crowd. Everyone's excited about seeing this return of Star Wars, and then there we sit, and there's Darth Vader, and people are cheering and booing. It just the theater came alive. So that is a strong movie. And during those times, I guess Indiana Jones also was.
Yes.
Harrison Ford, who's 3 of these movies I've already mentioned it. They're Harrison Ford movies, really, right?
And he never disappoints,
right? Like
Yes.
he was able to be in 2 iconic franchises. It's incredible, and even to this day, like I've seen him on Shrinking.
Okay.
Right, and
yes.
he's on Apple TV, and he's still. He must be close to 80. Just great.
Right.
Yeah. And so that was the first one, probably Raiders of the Lost Ark, in terms of seeing that first movie, and even that scene where the faces melt, right? The Nazis' faces.
Yes.
That's still, I can just, even though you watch it now and it's so hokey and fake, but it was so
Well, it was so
visual,
powerful
right?
at that time.
It was. But something more powerful for me was seeing Alien.
Oh,
right?
yes.
I did not know that was going to pop out of the stomach. That got me, right? I was not,
that-
I had not, no one told anyone that, and that was not
I
shared.
have a hard time with the jump scares.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So you're watching, and something pops out of nowhere. Even my family laughs at me because
Yeah.
I'm watching intently, and then
Yeah.
and something jumps out, and I jump, I just literally jump off the couch,
Yeah.
and they were all anticipating that. I go, well, how did you know that was going to happen? Well, because it's a movie, Dad. Blah, blah, blah. But that got me. But I really, Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
and she was a strong female
Exactly.
lead.
No one
and-
had anybody like that in the movies at the time, right?
Not until the Terminator.
No,
right?
no.
But and she, I don't know. I just I enjoyed watching.
Yeah.
it. Yes.
And what I liked about it, because it was almost like an independent film, it was James Cameron, right?
Yes.
That was his as well. So great Canadian director. It was dirty and gritty inside the spaceship they were in. Like everything wasn't so polished and clean, and it was. You'd go, I don't know if I want to be in space. Like it was so real, and the conditions were tough, right?
Yeah.
They were clearly at their psychological edges, right? Not somehow where space is sometimes made to look almost too glamorous. This was the opposite, and I just found it good. And then I guess one last one that certainly pops to mind of the time when I was really into the summer blockbuster movies still was Jurassic Park, the first one coming out. Like I think it still holds up. The CGI has certainly improved over the years, but that was groundbreaking to see that, and the story and the acting, and I just think it's something they keep on. I think there's a new one out, and people actually have said it's not so bad, the new one, but how many sequels are we going to have, right?
Until we get it right.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes, we reanimate prehistoric life, and then they will coexist with humans.
Yeah, that was like when I saw the prequels of Star Wars in the 2000s and 99 and 2000s. It was, knowing what I went through and the feelings in the 70s and 80s, it was kind of disheartening, right? Because the technology was there, and Lucas could do everything he wanted, but it was almost too much. It didn't have the character and the heart that I think the originals had. And that's, to me, a good movie, even if it's a blockbuster, still has heart, and it has some people you care about. It's not just the technical part and the explosions and all that. So you ready for my quiz?
Okay.
Okay.
This
This is just for you. Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to give you 2 movies.
All right.
I'll tell you the year that they came out. You're going to tell me which one was the number 1 movie for that year.
Of the two.
Of the 2. One was number 1, one was number 2. So these were the 2 movies. One came in first, one is the runner-up.
Okay.
You got the rules?
I
You
got
just
the
have to
rules.
guess
so
the one.
all I need to do is just guess the one, and then I'm either right or wrong.
You got a 50% chance,
There you
even if
go.
you just guess.
Okay.
So it's not too hard.
Yeah.
You can manage,
I think
even
I
on
can
this
do that.
hot day.
All right.
Okay. 1978, Grease came out, and then, speaking of Jaws, Jaws 2 came out.
Oh.
So one of these came in second, but which one came first in worldwide receipts for selling movies?
I saw them both. No, don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that. I got to say, Jaws 2.
It was Grease. Grease. Okay.
All right.
0 for 1. Okay.
0 for 1.
1979. I mentioned Alien,
All right.
but that year, Alien and Rocky 2 went head for head. We can see the themes of these sequels coming out, right? So they went head to head for number 1 and number 2 movies for that year. Was it Alien or was it Rocky 2?
All right. So I went with my first choice before. I went with that, and I didn't take the sequel. This time I'm going to take the sequel and say Rocky 2.
It's Alien.
No. It's not funny.
It's very funny. I find it highly amusing. Okay.
didn't know that.
We're going to jump to 1985.
Okay.
1985. We got a sequel here as well again. Back to the Future or Rambo 2?
Oh.
Back to the Future or Rambo 2?
Rambo 2.
Back to the Future. Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, 0 for 3. You got 2 more chances to get at least one, right?
All right.
Okay, jumping to 1987. Once again, there's a sequel here. Beverly Hills Cop 2 or Dirty Dancing?
Oh.
Dirty Dancing, Patrick Swayze.
Dirty Dancing.
Beverly Hills Cop 2. Okay, come on. You can do it.
Okay.
Last one.
0 for 4.
0 for 4. 1998.
All right.
That year, Saving Private Ryan and Armageddon faced off for the top 2 movies. Which one came first?
Oh,
Saving Private Ryan.
Got to be Saving Private Ryan.
I'm sorry, Roy. It was
What?
Armageddon.
No way.
Armageddon.
Armageddon was not that good.
It sold more. tickets than Saving Private Ryan. They were
How about
very
there are
close.
more people disappointed
Yeah, well,
after watching it, though?
You know, things that sell, think of music sometimes. It's not about who comes in first. Right?
Oh,
So,
my gosh.
dude,
That was very good. I'm glad I
okay.
didn't bet any money or anything on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. It must be the heat
It must
frying
be-
my
yeah,
brain
okay.
cells.
Well, maybe I'll get a chance one day
right.
to
Well,
get,
I think
do better. Like you set the bar pretty low.
okay. All you need to get is one right, and then you will
Okay.
gloat.
I will look forward to that
Okay.
gloating
well,
moment
I look
in some
forward
future
to,
episode.
an episode coming up where I'm going to challenge you on something other than movie
Okay.
titles.
Mm,
Yeah, it would be something different.
I think you're going to
It'll
do
give me
everything.
some time
Okay.
to plot. I mean,
It'll be like
plan.
something really random. Okay. Well, I think we should head off and have a cold drink on this hot, hot day
And
and
a
wish
cold
everyone
plunge.
another happy summer. And
Yes.
we will see you next Monday on our After the Bell summer sessions.
Yes.
As always, lots of fun.
Make sure you make a comment. Let us know what you think. Tell us what your favorite movies are.
Go to stuntbrothers.ca or visit our Facebook group page, After the Bell.
There you go.
This podcast is organic, taking shape with each episode. Building resiliency for teachers everywhere.
That sounds great.
And our website is stuntbrothers.ca.
That's stuntbrothers.ca.
We will chat again.
After the bell.